Why, hello! I didn't see you all there. Good evening, and welcome to the Free Enterprise Adamant Cup brackets. We are currently in the quarterfinals. We've got a classic old versus new matchup here. Simbu, very technical player, a lot of knowledge to display, versus Kyrios, recent Pink Puff League winner, and has been absolutely tearing up the field. First loss in the brackets was just the other day against Simbu. Kyrios is new and he's scary. How are you doing, Xenocat?
I'm doing well, thank you, Neon. This is definitely an exciting matchup. Both of these runners are just absolutely phenomenal, and I want to take a second to look at, oh my goodness, it's Edward, and look at that first objective.
Yubari rolled it just for you.
I'm so happy. We have none of the other objectives matter. Only complete Cave Magnus.
Yes, no thoughts, only harp.
I suppose we can talk about the other objectives. We have the White Spear Altar, not too bad. Pink Tail, that's going to require 2 other key items. Giant of Babel is a fun one.
Yes, I always like that, because especially on this flag set, that does ask the question of what are we gonna do for grinds? Both of these runners are super comfortable with D-Machines, so let's see if they start contorting their levels in case of a late darkness drop.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just doing the giant and making that your grind, but yeah. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, like I'm big into that myself. There's a lot of XP available on the giant just from the bosses.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of control with a really well done D machine, and that's been very relevant so far in the brackets.
Oh, definitely.
Of course, it'll depend too on who we see here. Mage strats tend to override so far, so we're probably going to see them at least try to arrange that, but if we end up with something a little more melee favoring, we'll see, because that will adjust plans also, because you don't need to micro your XP quite as tightly with melees.
Yeah, but our runners are off, and it does look like Edward is going to be joined by Porum today.
Well, that's a power start.
And hey, look, they can go underground now.
Oh, that actually, on this start, I love that. This, for me, when I see that's like, that puts the gated shops directly in your hands, which, for an S-standard shops like we have, even with the S-quarter, that has a good chance of putting an elven bow, a samurai bow, directly in one or both of this Edward or Porum's hands. Charm or better arrows, that will instantly solve like a lot of the problems that this party would normally face doing the overworld.
Absolutely. We do have some immediate divergence as Simbu is headed to Loot Baron Inn, peek that boss and character just a yawn there, and Kyrios is headed right over to the Bedward check to get that free key item, and it's the Baron key. Oh. Another gated shop opened up.
Very interesting, yeah, and that one is quite convenient. Probably not going to see that pursuit immediately, just because we cannot take the fights there with as we are right now, obviously.
No, Porum and Edward are not particularly strong characters.
Yeah, and like there's absolutely things you can do, but there's only so much, and they don't have hit points. This party, a lot of potential, Not a lot of hit points.
Yeah, not a lot of hit points, not a lot of power, but both can be good eventually if you find a spoon for Edward and, like, just use Porum as a white mage.
Yep, absolutely. Those are right there on the table. Kyrios doing some overworld chop checks as well. Grabbing some Thor rages. That's never a bad idea. This early in the game.
Oh yeah, you never know when a very rude Kainaza is going to show up and just decide, hey, I hope you have a lightning, because otherwise this is not going to go well. But Simbu has just found a dancing dagger in the Agate weapon shop.
Fantastic find there. That immediately gets that Edward up and running. Not a lot of damage long term, but it will just clear the early checks right out.
Yeah, that is a huge pickup for sure for Simbu at this point. Looks like he's going to skip most of the underground shops and head right to the Fame Arch.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Looks like we're gonna sweep the chests here because we are taking a save out front. And
Yep.
Kyrios is taking Damson. Oh, the perfect place to find that trap chest in Fame Arch. You could just, that just means the entire rest of the dungeon is clear.
Yeah, it's always nice to find it early, because then you don't have to think about, oh, how many chests do I loot on that bottom floor?
Yeah, cause... Yeah, just often your safest bet if you don't have it is just to skip the bottom floor, but that's also where the most chests are.
Yeah, now we can just open all of the chests.
Hooray! I love boxes.
Boxes are fun.
Yes. And some nice finds, even if not immediately useful, but frankly, with a party like this, you don't expect to find a bunch of things that are very immediately useful. Like that Gungnir Sphere. Fantastic find. Useful right now? No.
Yeah, there's not that many things that would really be that game-breaking for this party anyway. Maybe a good bow and arrow, or a heroine robe for Porum, but other than that, we're not really looking for too much for these particular characters. But that's okay, because these particular characters are hopefully not going to be our primary damage dealers.
Yeah, so like right now you're just picking up everything you can on spec. We know there's Simbu. We'll know that there's the Yang and the Seed, and has made purchases accordingly, but otherwise, now's the time just to sweep up anything you think you might want, and then ditch what you don't need later.
Yep, and we see Simbu checking the Fame Arch bosses. Asura has moved over one spot and usurped the throne.
Ugh.
And has taken Dr. Lugae as her new partner, which is... yeah, that's fine.
I think she can do better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see we've got a brain doctor over in Tomra. Kyrios, hero of the people, has a chat with the job dwarf, finds him to be a clinical neurologist.
Always check the job dwarf.
Oh yeah. If you're in there, go and say hi. You're taking his stuff. He might need those for another job.
And it looks like we're about swapping places.
Yeah. Oh, and chat's brought up something that just makes a lot more sense. Asura has taken on Baldab for her new partner, which that just makes more sense.
Oh yes, no, that makes complete sense, yes. Dr. Lugae is just Belknap's handler.
Yes.
And therefore has to accompany him.
Yeah. It's a little awkward, but, they talked it over. It all works out for all of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a Silent Staff for sale, and the wonderful Thunderclaw. Seems to be in Tomra.
Yep, looks like Simbu is selling everything. Just getting a
10K.
Thunderclaw.
Yeah, 10k short on that staff, which would be great to have on hand, but not happening without selling much better weapons that he's still hoping he can use, looks like.
Yeah, plus may as well convert this money into sirens.
Yes, absolutely.
I do appreciate that Simbu was 1 gold short of the 5 sirens he wanted.
It's perfect. I love it.
Every GP matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's like hit points. Only the last one matters.
Mm-hmm.
Samurai arrows for sale.
Yeah, that is a very nice pickup for Simbu. Still need a bow to use them, but the arrows are half the battle.
Yeah, because it looks like that Eddie started with a short bow, which will not make those samurai arrows good.
No, no arrows can overcome the deficits of the short bow.
Yeah, like I've forced a great bow into some sort of use at times if I've had to, but short bow, nah.
Why, yes, I love hitting 20% of the time and also having no strength bonus from my bow.
It's great.
Yeah. No, it's so fun to just miss everything.
Yeah, like, you know, when... Well, especially, like, when you've got 1 arrow left and it does no damage, I just... Oh, love that.
Yeah. It does look like Kyrios is feeling confident enough to head up Mount Hobs, though.
Big difference here in that I don't believe he's been to Baron yet, has not seen the Yang, so won't be taking that into account as he evaluates what he sees up here.
Yeah, and it looks like we were wrong about Edward. He started with a crossbow, which is slightly better.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's...
yeah. Still not usable, but slightly better.
Yeah, like it'll, Oh.
Oh no.
That's a second Porum with a Valvulus.
We are not getting this Porum.
Yeah, that's not happening. Fortunately, not getting a second Porum is maybe, the most marginal of losing out on a benefits that you can get.
I mean, like, second Porum can cast Twin.
It's true, but it is still based on the wisdom, and they don't have good wisdom.
Yeah, we don't have any of the good gear for them. Finding a tiara in that case would be really nice, because that's suddenly plus 10 wisdom on your Porum. That Sork Robe is actually really nice if we had the second Porum to do twin casting as well.
Yeah, that helps a lot. And to answer our question in chat, the Kamikazes, they do not account for magic defense, but they're still not going to hit a Valvulus through her evasion, through her magic evasion.
Yeah, the Kamikazes will not hit Valvulus there.
Yeah, the damage is irreducible, but it can miss.
And oh hey, look, we found Odin. This is a boss we can actually kill because Thor Rages do a ton of damage.
Yes, great fight here. Kyrios probably feeling really relieved.
Yeah, pro
Yeah.
pro tip, if you're a boss, don't make yourself 4 times weak to an element.
For me, if I was a boss, I would simply not appear at Antlion.
That is also a pro tip. And Kyrios gets the Adamant Rock, so he can forge now.
That's actually really interesting, because we don't need the forge at all, because obviously it's not an objective at all. But this is early enough where I almost wonder if you do want to cash that in. Like, the shop it exposes is fantastic.
Yeah, and there's a 10% chance it's an Adamant armor.
It's true. Again, like, early enough that this might actually be a relevant set of drops.
Yeah, we do find Mom Bomb here at the Fabul defense. I guess
Oh.
I guess Mom Bomb drifted down the mountain and decided to attack Fabul because all those monks keep training up on her mountain.
That's true. And there's a lady in a bikini up there right now. So
yeah. Valvalis must have scared her off.
Yeah, Elven Bow's for sale in Fabul, though, which fantastic. Elven Bow Samurai is just a fantastic combination to have available for you.
Oh, definitely. And thanks, Sheila.
I don't hate that. Life staff this early on Apora when we've got Apora in our Edward. That will still actually hit a bit harder than most of the other options we've found right now, and it's a huge stat boost for her.
Yeah, Porum can now be the ultimate white mage and heal all the damage that we're taking.
That we're able to take.
We're definitely able to take all this damage.
Yes, or totally don't die before we take any damage, should we take any damage. So, yeah, it's a quite acceptable bonk right now. Simbu opting for a pair of headbands over that Elven Bow, which is interesting, but it says to me that he is definitely planning a fuller party overhaul. He isn't clearly intended to drop that Edward, which fair cup, really.
Yeah, Edward is not an ideal party member for most things. He gets better with a spoon, but he still is very squishy.
Yeah, and I'm the rear advocate for an archer ready, but even then, especially on this flag set, he shouldn't be anyone's first choice for anything. He's a selection of last resort, really.
Yeah, maybe if the spoon shows up early, I'll be like, okay, Edward, you can stick around. But
yeah, very circumstantial character.
Yes, the Adamant armor does make him actually very survivable.
Yeah, like
if you can find one.
Yeah, like he gets tons of agility, which means that you could either use him to do like weird tricks without turning enemies, or you could just arrange for him, just by virtue of being that much faster than your other anchor, to get a lot of turns off if need be. But if he can't do anything with those turns, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Kyrios does get through this Mom Bomb, though. Burns a Boreas on the little bombs. Totally makes sense. You want to sweep out those bombs before they start exploding.
Yeah. Looks like we are preparing to attempt a, It's gonna take more than one hit, so I think he's hoping for a single egg.
Does have some hourglasses, so Simbu should be able to get through this. But Kyrios did get the hook, which is, most importantly, a character check.
Yes.
Oh dear, yeah, no, Boreases don't one-shot eggs, Simbu, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, there's like one item that will one-shot an egg, and that's a coffin.
Yeah.
Like, even spells, like, in general, like, starting from below, receiving them, like, I tend to find that anything less than, like, a properly cast Quake is not going to, one-shot an egg. But we've got the Hourglass off, and we're just gonna Dancing Dagger him down. Could use the Farias now.
Well, we found a lot of things in the Eblin shop, including Bacchus, Silkwebs, and Leviathan.
Nice. Mute bills, too, which, again, I think our runners at least have the long haul giant in their mind, but we've got sirens and mute bells too. Should we contrive to be on the moon, that's fantastic.
Yep, and Simbu does get through one of these warlocks, gets exit online, and oh hey look! It's Rydia!
She can use that Leviathan, I love that!
Yeah, we can go buy Leviathan for her right now.
We should probably loot the cave if we're gonna want to afford that.
Yeah, she also needs MP to cast Leviathan.
She can get that from something.
Yeah, something is right.
You know, one of those monsters that this party is highly equipped to deal with easily and with total survival. Oh!
That Charm Rod is actually very nice.
Yes, that will help a lot. Change Rod, less so.
Simbu has decided that those eggs were slow. It's time to stop cracking eggs.
Yeah, he's gonna go get the Yang, looks like. He needs a muscle.
Yeah, Kyrios getting a lot of stuff actually for that young, has found a Cat Claw and a Thunder Claw in this Eblin Cave.
Yeah, and seems to be satisfied enough with those finds that we're not risking the stalemate at this point.
Yep. Also worth noting, the boss at the Rubicon spot was the Magus Sisters. And that's always a very nice boss to see out of the pool.
Yeah, like, very potentially problematic. Looks like we're gonna see if we can get that Leviathan.
Oh my god, the hesitation on the way out, being like, wait, Leviathan was here.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I can sell some things. I mean, if we don't get Leviathan online, he does have a Dragon Whip.
Yeah. That Gungnir should probably go. That will do it. Oh, 2 Charm Rods, that's good.
Oh yeah, sell the Charm Rod. Sell the Shuriken. Or the Ninja Star. One of them. Anything. Yes, there you go.
We're over, we got it.
We got Leviathan. To answer question chat, yes, Hobs was a duplicate forum guarded by Valvalis, which our party is not equipped to handle right now.
Yeah, it's very rare that I will say, we cannot kill this, so there's usually a way you can take any fight with any given party. Porum and Edward, at initial levels or basically within under level 30, we cannot kill that. Oh, we got the sprint kill on Simbu's side on that Rubicant. Thank you, Leg.
Yes, thank you for the information, Rubicon. Kyrios, meanwhile, is headed into Baron Inn just after Simbu with this Dragon Whip Rydia in hand. And that is just a pass from Baron Inn, so no immediate value.
Yeah, like, it's hard to call even Yang immediate value, because that's his whole point, is that he's long-term value.
Yeah, Yang is nice, I guess.
Like, I think he's really good on this flag set, and, you know, at 20 minutes in, great time to get him. But, oh, that's a heroine robe in that shop.
Time to sell everything and try to buy a heroine robe? No, you need more money.
Yes. Yeah, and that Gungnir goes. I am a huge Kane fan, but yeah, sell that Gungnir. That's 16,000 gold. You will get more use out of a heroine robe than you would out of a Kane in most seeds of this flag set.
Yeah, that heroine robe is just such a huge damage boost for Simbu's party at this point.
Yeah, and it's a character for it's a weapon for a marginal character, and I think that's one thing I think people have been surprised about a little by going into brackets. Just because in the group stages, Kane was quite good, but you know, T Pro combined with Escorter completely dumpsters him.
Yeah, he not having access to the high tier loot and then also just not being able to buy things for him, it's a very rough combination.
Yeah, he's maybe the most gear dependent character in the game. Like every other character, even the melee characters, has basically a budget means of dealing damage. Even Sid gave that guy some bows, and he's not my first choice. I know he's not yours, but you know, you can make him do damage on a budget.
Yeah, Kane has not. And Edward, it looks like, ran out of arrows for Kyrios. That is unfortunate. No. Oh, iron arrows are not. No. I don't like this fight anymore.
That's... Yeah, I don't want to do 4,000 hit points at 98 at a time with a counterattack, even a tiny counterattack from every fight command.
No, that sounds like not fun. Please, can we do other things?
Like, go fight literally anything. Just get Rydia 50 magic points.
Yes.
Get Rydia 50 magic points.
Please, anything to get Rydia 50 MP.
Yeah, like that. She gets those, and she's got this fight in the bag. At that point, it's maybe just a little bug needed after.
Oh, that ice one was poorly timed.
Oh, Kyrios, please reset. And the Antlion is making great strides for arthropods. I think that's the word.
Sure. Yeah, arthropod is right.
Yeah. By, you know, taking over the role of King of Baron. No other insects in town, though, so he might just be, like, seeing to himself and nobody else, so let's depose him.
Yeah, we're tired of getting represented by a very small minority.
Yeah, I mean, I for one, am fully ready to just finally one day live under enlightened crocodile rule.
Yes. We don't want a single king antlion. We need to have a proper senate.
Yes. And who can bring you that more effectively than Senator Crocodile? This stream is a paid promotion, paid for on behalf of the campaign to re-elect Senator Crocodile.
Yes, Senator Crocodile is working to change Baron.
He will... Senator Crocodile, building a better Baron for you.
Senator Crocodile wouldn't have imprisoned Tala and Baron.
No. And, I mean, he wouldn't leave that small child as a statue, as a safety device in there.
Oh my goodness. I do love this party though that we've been putting together.
It's so bad. I love seeing this. And honestly,
Hey, look,
knowing
it's the Lugae key. We can go do that right now.
and honestly, Simbu I know loves his garbage seed, so I think he must be over the moon right now.
Oh, Kyrios did make it through Ruby. Got some well-timed ice ones doing 400 damage.
Gets his pass and the punch man.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrios has a cat claw. Yang might be the best damage dealer on this team.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yang is lovely fight and super compatible with a Rydia pickup because you want to slap a ton of levels on your party, Yang's your man to go with the rest.
Absolutely. And it looks like... Okay, still doing shopping there. Simbu is working on Odin now.
Quote unquote working.
Odin fell down because Thunderclaw go bear.
Yes. Gets that adamant to go with that sword.
Kyrios is headed back underground. Maybe wants to buy something he saw down here, but couldn't afford the first time.
I think it's sirens.
Ah, yes, sirens. Because we have Dragon Whip Rydia now.
Yes, just unloading for cash. Yes, it's time to sell that gun gear.
Who needs a Gungnir spear?
Yeah, that it is an easy 16,000 gold, and that is no joke on this flag set.
Definitely. But as our runners are, well, Kyrios is heading to grind, and Simbu is making sure to check that Kyrios is already cleared. I'd like to give a shout out to our behind the scenes folks, Eisentayama on the tracking, and Niobari doing the restreaming and rolling this amazing seed.
Yeah, both fantastic people. You know, we wouldn't be here doing this without you. It's you know, the tracking and the restreaming that lets us just sit around and chat amiably about this really good free enterprise game for everyone here.
Yes. They're here to keep us straight, and we're here to make up lore.
They're not here to keep us straight.
They're here to give chat all the information they actually need.
Yes. Simbu drops that mom bomb without even a pop. Finally getting some good momentum.
Yeah, I will say Kyrios is already past Simbu in levels.
Yeah. To be expected, because that Simbu's party situation was problematic for longer.
Also, shoutouts to Dragon Whip Rydia paralyzing the egg.
Oh gosh, that's so good. I hate doing anything proc based on the eggs, just because you can't see when they take a turn. But, you know, seeing him do it like that, very nice indeed.
Unfortunately, Eddie is now faster than Rydia.
RIP. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That was not good.
So it makes I love that SNES 9X's backup files are oops files, because that's just what you think about when that happens. You're just like, oops.
Yep. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. And not getting the proc this time, that's so rude.
Oh, and for like 5 hit points over top.
So rude.
Oof, and the slippery input on that one too.
Yeah, I might just be happy with these levels at this point and just go do ordeals or something. But there's a paralyzed proc, so we can at least get one more egg down.
Yeah. The more level we can get on this party, the better. That's obvious, but yes.
Or actually, I'd be tempted to go Forge now, because
Yeah.
that Forge can now be like 4 things. That would be useful.
Yeah, like it's actually potentially relevant, and
I mean, granted, I'm counting the white shirt as one of those things.
white shirt would be fantastic for this party.
Yeah, it could also be a Bahamut summon, which would just be, oh, I guess we're blarging everything now.
Oh, and you are psychic, because here goes Simbu at least.
Yep.
Oh, Bond Stick. Yeah, Kyrios flipping Rydia over now that she's got some power in her. Oh, I love this.
Stardust Rod's just sitting there in that shop, and oh my goodness, Coco, you shouldn't have.
It's a discount coupon for the shop.
Yeah, thanks, Coco. That's like half a Stardust Rod.
And probably one of the biggest cash influxes we'll get until we start killing big dragons, so...
Yeah.
Both racers popping into Dwarf Castle now.
I do think Kyrios is better set up for this fight, though, than Simbu is.
Yeah, because with that Leviathan available, that will instantly sweep these 6 tiny scoops of vanilla.
This isn't the first vanilla boss we've seen.
Oh, that's true.
Because we also had a vanilla Vigan.
Oh yes, that was him. Yeah, Simbu here is having to use the hourglass and some items, while this is just one and done from Kyrios.
Yep, out goes that Leviathan, and all the dolls are gone.
Yep.
Now this is another opportunity at a character.
Yeah, and this, the Edward we have here is, wearing out his welcome.
Definitely.
Oh.
Hi, Rosa.
Yeah.
Hello, Rosa. Goodbye, Edward. Hello, Rosa.
Yeah, that is a straight trade up, even looking solely for the character solely as DPS purposes. Like, yeah, great find there.
And these elements have decided that white mages are not allowed.
I mean, I can see why Mylan would think that. Simbu, thinking hard about this choice, considers just doing the white mage swap, but as we just went over, I very much agree with the call to just swap out Eddie for her.
Yeah, unless we find a spoon, this Rosa is just a DPS upgrade over Edward.
Yeah. So better DPS, better utility, just fantastic.
Of course, now that we say that, the spoon is going to be at Dwarf Castle.
I'm sure it will be. At that point, or it's a white shirt.
Oh, hi. You know, that's good too.
Yeah. Especially since we just picked up a second white mage.
Yep, Kyrios now buying a couple hourglasses from that shop, just whatever he can afford.
Yeah, very handy having those on hand.
Yep. And is now done with the underground, headed back to the overworld to go clear out, I assume, Baron Castle.
Yeah, that was my thought, and yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, gotta depose that filthy arthropod.
Yeah, and Simbu is now preparing to upgrade his Tella. Finds a Gaia hat for Tella too, which is a really good find if he is still planning on D Machine.
Yes, the seed is now valid for Simbu. As long as he doesn't sell that hat.
Yes. Like it is a very important hat. Like, just culturally speaking, the people of the team of Gaia Hat, I mean, it is a part of a rich heritage.
Yes.
And I like that he is showing this cultural understanding.
Yeah. Anyway, we found some guards here, just hanging out on the mountain. I think they got lost.
Yeah.
That, or maybe the guards are actually trying to learn Medio.
Maybe.
I bet that's what they're trying to do. They're on a quest to learn Medio.
Yeah, or
and bring Medio to Goldbez.
Yeah, or Goldbez sent them to learn Medio as a team building exercise, maybe?
Maybe. We're not entirely sure why they're here, but what matters is they are here, they don't have a lot of health, and they're falling over.
Yeah. The 83 damage kick. It's, such a bad command.
Also, it turns out Baigen is not like Leviathan.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, this makes total sense now. Cecil's leading the Red Wings up here.
Oh, yeah.
We just happened to stumble across them on their important mission.
Yeah, well, this is convenient because we need to stop them to save the world, obviously.
Of course, yeah, we can't let Cecil, checks notes, turn into a paladin.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that the whole point of the brackets? Just because it's... We cannot let that happen.
No, that would be a terrible thing.
Yeah, like... We need to break out from this Lunarian hegemony.
Yes, we have... Simbu has now knocked Cecil into the deep ravine, where he belongs.
Oh, let's see what's inside the box. Room. Box-sized room.
That's required. We not only do we want to just keep Cecil from becoming a paladin, we need to stop Cecil from becoming a paladin. And also, hi, Wyvern.
Yeah, see, this... The Wyvern was the last defense that they had here, but now that we have stopped them, we now need to deal with the defenses.
Yeah. We're just gonna cancel that Mega Nuke. No Mega Nukes today. Sorry, we need to learn how to Medio, which is not the same as Mega Nuke, but it's basically as powerful.
Yeah, Kyrios, though. Kyrios would like to learn Mega Nuke.
Oh, definitely. Kyrios would love to learn Mega Nuke. Unfortunately, that's not how this works.
No. I'm extremely unlikely to find a Mega Nuke.
You never know.
Yeah, but if we do find it, it's probably on the moon when we're more likely to have regular nuke.
I mean, Mega Nuke is still better than regular Nuke.
That's true, but they're they're disconcertingly similar.
Mega Nuke is just Nuke but stronger and also hits everything without splitting damage.
Yes, but it takes so much longer.
This is fair. And we've discovered that the true King of Perrin was actually Rydia's mom all along. So, does that make Rydia a princess?
Yes, of course. And,
Good.
you know, once the Disney buyout of Free Enterprise goes through, she'll be a Disney princess.
Perfect.
Please, Disney, don't buy us, but please give us enough money as if you were going to.
Yes. We need to come up with some Disney themed songs for Rydia.
Let's see.
Goodness, that sounds like a task for actually me.
Yes, that actually does sound exactly your wheelhouse. And
Don't worry, Scala, I will not. That's why I said Disney style.
yeah.
I'm not going to plagiarize Disney songs.
Like, she just needs a good song about, you know, wanting to be a cool summoner and how much she loves her mom, and then how sad she is about not having her mom, and then Bahamut has to have a number too.
Oh, of course. And there'll be a number for Asura.
Yeah, and look at me, a duet with Leviathan.
Oh, definitely. Anyway, I guess we should probably be quiet now because Edward's about to play us a song.
Yes, let's let him do that.
Well, Simbu has defeated the orbs of the cave and gets more vanilla.
I was wrong about, I guess this being likely darkness then, but,
I mean, that could lead to darkness.
yeah, I think, Yeah, a K main chain encountered where we were. I've got a fairly strong suspicion that this road leads to the moon.
We do also have like the Fame Arch and the top of tower, and also the Luca key.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just giving the seed an eyeball and going, giving it a squeeze and going. That feels this chain feels dark to see to me.
Hmm.
And I do love the oh. I'm not entirely willing to forgive T-Pro Treasury, but this is quite nice.
Yeah, Crystal Ring is very good.
Yeah, bandana, also crystal armor. Don't discount that on this flag set because it sells for a lot.
There's that
ditto with that
bow
light
as
sword.
well.
Yeah.
Not a bad treasury. I mean,
As for a T-Pro Treasury, I will take that.
yeah, it's fine. We got a ninja hat, a crystal ring, and like a samurai bow, and some money.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah, there were several usable items in that.
Yeah, we can sell that crystal armor, maybe even sell that light sword for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Actually.
Which, knowing there's things like apples for sale, if there's a way to contrive getting the money to afford apples, that will help a lot. Kyrios is now approaching the land of the Crimson Shell.
Yep. Gonna get ready for round 2 of music as Simbu is heading up the Tower of Zion.
Yeah, so let's just get a peep at who this is. Hopefully, before the music kicks in. But we're not gonna do that.
And Kyrios now gets through that CPU just as simbu has gotten through the Tower of Zot. Took a little bit longer with that fight, but is through. And can we just talk about how much sense that Tower of Zot made?
Yeah, like complete sense. And just a tiara there, so apparently I cannot read this scene at all.
Wow, I'm so glad we did Zot for a tiara.
Yeah, like those character picks-ups were so worth it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it makes sense that Kainaza was there guarding keeping Tella and Kane hostage.
Yes.
And then when the tower started collapsing, it actually started collapsing on us.
Yeah, completely clear and sense-making here.
Yeah. It's just the tower is now home to the water fiends, that's all.
Yes. It's... Or the Cane Club, because there's 2 canes.
Yeah. Simbu now discovering that Rydia is a princess.
Hooray! And yeah, potentially a key item there. That's worse than a Feymarch miss, though, so nobody's gonna rush that one.
Yeah. We don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
We're gonna check out this secret cave that we found the key to in some trash can.
Yeah, like but it was King Antlion's trash can, so this could be important. This could be meaningful for the people of Baron.
Ooh, yeah. Wait, does that mean this is Antlion's actual lair?
Oh gosh. Maybe.
And we're going treasure hunting into Antlion's own personal lair.
Yeah, we're exploring Antlion Cave right now.
Yeah, this is definitely the Antlion cave that I know and love.
Yes. This makes sense. This is why people talk about fading Antlion, because this is so big.
Yeah, oh my goodness, this cave is so long.
Yeah, this is why you fade Antlion.
Well, we'll see if Kyrios commits to fading Antlion. Though there isn't really that much left on the table in terms of other options. There's defeating Rydia's mom, there's the 2 Feymarch fights, both of which are kind of gross. And then...
We got Keyless Tower.
Yeah, Keyless Tower. But, oof, that is
Oh my god, it really is Antlion Cave!
That does confirm it.
It does. And look, it's another wild animal here.
Yeah, it's...
This is Antlion.
We all know the octopus of the Antlion Cave.
Yeah.
The mysterious octopus that can swim through the ground.
We have not been to Kaipo at either runner yet, so we don't know who's behind there. I think Simbu is just doing this as much for having the key item.
Yeah, this is a 9th key item for Simbu, which means that the Darkness Crystal is guaranteed to have 10 key items for the Moon and the Giant at this point.
Yeah, also I think the XP here, it's not great at this spot, but he's low enough level that it would not be unwelcome.
Yeah, and Octomam is not a terribly difficult boss.
Yeah, like this isn't a punchy spot at all. It's fast, but Octomam's speed is self-solding.
Yeah, Octomam is great because its only move is punch, and it just slows down.
Yeah.
From whatever the initial speed of the spot is, so... A high magic spot that is very fast, perfect spot for Octomam.
Yeah, like I love seeing Octomam here. Still a fair few hit points as Quorum's demonstrating, but nah, this is fine.
Yeah. not really much more than top of tower.
Yeah.
Fewer hit points than either that demist or the either of the summon checks.
Yeah. So might as well get your key item, and yeah, a couple levels there. And this is a range where a couple levels will actually matter a fair bit.
And we even have Warp on Tella, so we can get out of here quickly.
Yeah, the Warp on the Rydia might actually push Kyrios here after there, so we'll see what he chooses after.
Yeah. Kyrios is almost through this evil wall. It doesn't look like Zot gave him too much trouble.
Yeah, no, very simple, easy bosses here, easy to deal with.
To answer a question in chat, we do not know who is sleeping in the bed. It is a mystery character.
Yes, nobody has been to Kaipo.
But looks like Simbu is not headed to Kaipo because Simbu wants to do Kiwa's Tower.
Yeah, no, makes sense, just because this is just easier than dealing with Fame Arch bosses.
Yeah, that Fame Arch was kind of gross.
Yeah, like, the only thing is that there is a chance that Asura is optional.
Yes, and we would like to not fight that Asura.
Yeah, like, if there's anything we can do to not fight Asura, we would like that. Yeah, Kyrios is heading down to Antlion Cave.
Yes, this is definitely Antlion Cave. And,
Yes.
oh hey look! The Dark Imps got a promotion.
Good for them. They put in a lot of time and effort, and I'm happy to see them get recognition.
Yeah, they get to work directly with the Mega Sisters now.
Frankly, I'm envious.
I mean, it's certainly a much nicer office up here than their tiny little office that they used to have.
Yeah, that cramped little control room, like, that's... You know the code only allows for 2 people in there for an extended period.
Yeah. No, now they have this, like, nice, spacious office with, like, just so much wide open space.
Yeah, like, all of this, thanks to the efforts of the Imps Union Local 237.
Yeah.
Our hats off to them and their efforts organizing for these guys right here. Kyrios did, in fact, hit the chest of shame, so, thank you. There it is, exposed. The whole time.
That's amazing.
Literally available from second 1 of this seed.
It's just sitting there at Kiwa's Tower behind the free Dark Imps.
Yeah, why not make that your first check next seed?
Because the Dark Imps are punchy and annoying and have a lot of hit points.
Yeah, and this seed starts with, what, a total of 300 hit points or something?
170.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyrios nopes right out.
Kyrios does not want the key item.
Yeah, and that is totally fair. Is going to opt away from D-Machines, though, buys a truckload of Sirens.
I mean, Sirens work.
Yes.
Does have a Dragon Whip, so we'll be able to take advantage of that Dragon Whip to just
oh,
the Sirens.
Kyrios, no.
this might just be a trip to go beat Dr. Lugae because it's an objective.
Yes, that's true, that's true. It is an objective, it must be done.
Yeah, and then if that's a key item, maybe we leave and do a big grind.
Hopefully not a big grind for the purposes of dealing with the Asura over a keyless tower.
No. Well, yeah, no. Well, unless Asura has the tower key.
Oh no.
Because that is... The tower key not only incentivizes tower, but it's also hard required.
Yes.
We need to find that tower key somewhere.
Yeah, and right now the numbers suggest it's likely to be on the moon, but it might not be on the moon.
Yeah, it could definitely be down here in this Bay March. It could be just kind of hanging out behind that D-Mist. But there's enough, I think there's enough missing key items out there that we still have no idea how the seed is going to wrap up.
Yeah, like I think by the math we have to have something on the moon, and most of the remaining key items are key items that are of, I don't know about most, but...
I mean, technically...
Yeah, most.
I'm doing math.
3 of them, yeah.
This is not a good idea, but I think it's technically possible for everything to be behind the summon spots. Because the pan leads to 2 checks, the tower key leads to another check, and that could lead to... And we have 3 checks open to us.
Yeah.
So we can get 1 bonus check, basically, for our terminal key items, and the key items we're missing... Well, Rat Tail also chains in, and we're only missing the Pink Tail and Spoon and Package, so that's only 3 terminal key items.
Yeah, so it is possible this moon is haunted. It's not likely this moon is haunted, but it's possible it's haunted.
Yeah, it's definitely not likely. With needing the tower key, the pan, and the pink tail still. I think if we see a spoon or a package up here, it still counts as haunted.
Yes, yeah, like a key item that nobody wants is a key item nobody wants.
Kyrios has made it through the second phase of Dr. Lugae. Balnav is unfortunately no more.
Yeah, this should be quite simple to deal with. We've got Yang and we've got Leviathan.
Yes, Thunderclaw Yang is doing a lot of damage.
Yes, he's incredibly good on this flag set, Yang.
Yeah, it turns out when you give Yang levels, he's very good.
Yeah, and that's literally all he needs. Like, it's
Hey, speaking of the package.
Okay, that is great information.
That is also a 10th key item, importantly, for Kyrios. Or no, not a 10th yet. A 10th once he gets up tower.
Yeah, healing here suggests... Yeah, we're gonna take this Asura.
Oh no. This could be not pleasant.
Yeah, I would want to be very careful with this.
Yeah, I mean... We can... Asura, it's very hard to actually, like, die to Asura.
Yeah, like, this is a safe fight to take. Kyrios is not going to die, but, with her on the Leviathan spot, it is one where you want to micromanage all of your, actual commands that go out onto her.
And, Tala falling down is not ideal.
No, because we're gonna need the cast wall. We've got Starvilles, but we're actually going to need to probably cast it at some point in this too. Let me pull up how many hit points this spot is.
I want to say 35, 37k, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Like, it's a fair bit, but not overwhelming. Leviathan is 35k.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's about 9 of those Leviathans.
Rydia has 2 left.
Right.
But Yang is punching for 2k.
Okay, so that's only 17 of those. That's actually manageable.
Yeah, we can get that done. Hopefully before the wall wears off. Or actually, we don't need to do it before the wall wears off. We just need to get like 16,000 damage in before the wall wears off.
Yeah.
Because Asura works in weird ways, and once you get past a certain amount of hit points done, Cure 4 stops working properly.
Yeah, it's some weird overflow stuff going on. I know it does not heal her magic points like was often told for a while, but because that's not really how monsters, enemies operate in this game. But it's like it is a weird overflow in what goes on there with that.
Yeah, it just kind of doesn't do what you would expect it to do.
Yeah.
Which in this case is good. What's not good is Porum just fell down.
Yeah. Should be able to get her back up soon, and the blinks are holding for now.
Yeah, but this is the one way you can lose this fight, is having someone berserked up and not being able to keep everyone else up.
Yeah, and seeing Yang hit for 1500 while berserked, I understand why the berserk. Just to amp that damage where it was needed.
Yeah, speaking of Yang is also here on the moon.
Yes,
along with apparently a second Rosa.
With Zot complete, yes, please. Porum, I think, is actually like really good on this flag set. Just because Rosa is more equipment dependent, and the equipment availability is generally garbage on this flag set. But if you can, we've got gear for a Rosa, and we have exit on her, so yeah. We basically eliminated the things that make Porum better under these circumstances.
Yep. Looks like Kyrios did get lucky here and got Yang knocked down before Rydia, so he's getting a chance to bring everyone back up. But this is going to waste a bit of time.
Yeah, like...
Also of note, Kyrios is down to like 1 life potion.
Yeah, and... Oh, that is the tower key.
So a keyless tower is required. And Moon is not haunted.
Yes, and Asura has 1 fewer item that could be progression. She could still hold progression because Pink, Pan, and Rat Tail are all unaccounted for. Oh, that's gross.
That is a Riven Room boss.
The Ogre Pogo pops upstairs. But interestingly, I know Simbu actually prefers that to vanilla Ogre Pogo, because I actually was briefly talking with him a while back about that very specific boss moving, so he's actually probably fairly pleased with that as these things go.
I think Kyrios may have just used a succubus on a character that he was not expecting.
Oh no.
And yeah, accidentally stole all of Porum's MP with Rydia.
Great!
So Porum has no MP anymore. Rydia has all of it.
Great!
This fight is going well.
And this feels really bad, honestly, for Kyrios right now, because Simbu is just, like, tearing through checks.
Yeah, I think Kyrios really needs this fight to be over.
Yeah, he needs this fight to be over, and he needs it to be required.
Yeah.
Because if there's nothing on this chap, this is so much wasted time. Because he can't even reset out, because he did Dr. Dr. Lugae and then just walked right over.
Yeah, resetting out at this point would be a huge waste of time.
Yeah, that would be catastrophic, so... Like, this fight seems to be under control, it's just... Oh, this does not feel good for him.
Oh no, this is... rough. With Yang only doing 1500-ish damage.
Yeah.
And Porum being completely out of blinks. This is definitely looking like a rough fight.
Yeah, and she sadly does counter power, which, you know, it suffices in the absence of re-berserking. And I think on this boss specifically is generally preferable, but it's still very much... Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna try and take Tella's MP, maybe? He's still got 24.
Tella can cast Blink.
Yeah. And we are
Also,
through!
Asura is down. Tella gets levels a little, unfortunately, but Kyrios does get through that Asura fight, and...
Oh, no.
Oh. I mean, the Stardust Rod is nice, but...
Well, like, it'll help, but that's not gonna give you that lost time back.
That is not what you wanted from that fight.
No, oh.
Oh, that hurts. Kyrios has decided it's time to go do the Dwarven pot real quick because Porum is dead and Porum is our white mage, and we have no life pots.
Yeah, or cabins.
Yeah, and the Ribbon Room today just has a Murasame and a Protect Ring.
Yeah, I love Protect Rings, but...
Thanks, Ogo.
Yeah, not great.
Does look like Kyrios is headed up Keyless Tower before dealing with the implications of Rydia's princesshood.
Yeah, which good because, you know, these imps get hazard pay. We want to make sure that they can get their earnings properly.
Yes, and this will get him the Darkness Crystal.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Simbu is headed to see who our third resident of the moon is.
Yes, visiting scenic Lake Okanagan in the heart of British Columbia. The moon is British Columbia.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, that is amazing.
Oh.
Oh, that is an amazing check. Simbu is going to leave that behind.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Simbu reset that fast.
Please let that be like the pan or the pigtail.
I hope so much.
I want to see that done.
Oh, that's like, you know, normally when Simbu resets, you can usually see him like hitch up a second or two before he fully decides to do it. But there no hesitation whatsoever.
No, that is a disgusting gauntlet. And meanwhile, we go from probably the rudest fight in the entire game to the least rude fight in the entire game.
Yeah.
And his parents are vacationing in British Columbia.
Yeah. Like they're up in the mountains right now.
Yeah, they're just having a chill time, you know. We're gonna go visit them. They're gonna give us a present.
Yeah, toast some marshmallows with them.
Yeah, it's all gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, and there they are, putting their pajamas on.
Kyrios has just obtained his passport, which will let him get into Canada to get to British Columbia.
Yes.
Very important. I don't know why the Dark Imps had identification for Kyrios' party, but we'll deal with that question another time.
Yeah, like maybe one of them was moonlighting as a travel agent. You hope not, but...
That's just a spoon off the Crystal Sword altar, and Simbu decides he is done with the moon. Going to bet on everything, I think, being behind that tower key.
Yeah, reasonable play, I think. Fished 2 key items out of the moon. I think that's stats math on his part.
Yeah, I would have liked to see maybe a third, but I mean, you did the bottom of the moon minus the gauntlet. I think that's fair.
Yeah, like, works for me, really.
Meanwhile, Kyrios has decided he hasn't had enough eggs.
Yeah, definitely planning this to be primary grind then.
Yeah, it is time to get Rydia, Forum, and Yang all the levels they could want.
Rydia now just able to virus these down, I think. Yeah, easy peasy.
May as well just sneeze on the eggs and then they go away.
Yeah, so much faster.
Huh, there's like a dragon in the Dark Imp Sold office. That's probably an issue.
Yeah, and it's so long and wormy. That could get into like the equipment.
Yeah. I don't know how it's pushing all 3 of the control panels at the same time.
Maybe it's really flexible?
I guess. One with the tip of the tail, one with the little tiny hands that it has, and then one with its head?
Maybe. We should talk to the management about these staffing issues, because I'm not sure that's up to code.
Yeah, they should definitely hire some more workers so that poor dragon doesn't have to work all 3 of the control panels by itself.
Yeah, this just leads to explosions.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, safety first. So, ever since they hired that yellow guy with the 3 hairs as a safety inspector, things have been going downhill at the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's nothing.
Yeah, gosh. Apparently, those controls also made the bridge collapse.
Yeah, this place is a safety hazard.
And that's a ninja sword from the super cannon.
Yeah. So where do you think Edge is?
Package or giant? Actually, no. I want him to be at the Sandruby so that both of our runners could have just had him.
Nice. That's good. Yeah.
You could have just had Edge if you had checked the Sandruby.
Yep.
Maybe. We don't know. I think at this point we're missing Edge, Palom, and...
Sid,
yes. We haven't seen any of those 3. We've seen all of our dupes.
Yeah, we must have, because I think those are the last 3 checks.
We saw a dupe Forum, we saw a dupe Rosa.
Yeah.
And we saw a dupe Tella, yes.
Yes,
We've seen all 3 of our dupes.
Yeah, we will see. Simbu's vacating the moon, as Bryalizer quite well points out that just because it's statistically unlikely for there to be further value on the moon, does not mean that's the same thing as there is no more value on the moon.
I mean, unless everything is behind D-Mist.
Everything could be behind D-Mist, and what's better than a D-Mist hunt that isn't a hunt at all?
It's just, we know D-Mist is here. We don't like that D-Mist is here.
Yeah. I don't want to fight
everything.
Yeah. I don't want to fight Rydia's mom.
But hear me out. One thing behind D-Mist and one thing behind that alt gauntlet.
Perfect.
I just want to see runners fight the alt gauntlet. Gosh darn it.
I do. I so hope that alt gauntlet is necessary. I want these players to end at like level 62.
Yes. Rydia deserves to know how to do Medio, gosh darn it.
Yes. Let's see here. Just trying to think about who's left who could be ugly for that required giant. Goldbez, I believe, is still unaccounted for.
We have not seen Goldbez. I would be happy to see like 252,000 HP D-Lunars.
Those are always good there, yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, because that's what you call a solved problem, but the solution requires work. Because it's not hard to deal with them per se, but that's work to do.
Hard, but
it's not hard, but it's not trivial.
No. Those are, I think, the big bosses that are still out there. I'm trying to think what else we still haven't seen. A lot of the bosses we haven't seen yet just aren't that bad.
Yeah, like we've still got the Baron guards.
Yeah.
Those are trivial, which honestly, knowing those aren't accounted for would actually push me to try and do giant early.
Yeah. Kyrios, no. Kyrios, do not cast white on the D-Mist.
No, Kyrios, no. Oh,
I think it's gonna whiff because D-Mist is going into mist phase.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
This is a good thing.
Yeah.
Simbu gets through that Asura much faster and now has his Stardust Rod. Thank goodness that spell whiffed because that would have healed D-Mist a lot.
Yeah, probably a full 10k.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, no,
yeah.
She does have a life staff, and does she have a white shirt too?
I think so, yeah. Like, she's...
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that probably would have been a ridiculous heal.
Yes, just Nuke.
Yes, Nuke is good. There we go. Kyrios is through D-Mist. Let's see what's in the Baron basement. D-Mist is not required. The odds of Gauntlet being required are going up, and I love it.
Yeah, it's so good. It looks like that, she, having the Murasame there, that does maybe make me think that, there is something to the, old notion that, Rydia and Edge get together.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a potential, gift for a boyfriend that she hopes for,
I can already see the plot of the movie starting to write itself.
Yeah.
Rydia's mom has this special sword that she has to find the right person to wield it, who can marry her daughter. But then we have Edge and Rydia's actual dynamic.
Yeah.
From Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah.
The movie writes itself.
Absolutely, and you know what, we can do a really cool movie where it's like both of them have a rival love interest, where like...
Ooh, yes. I love it.
Yeah, like this is the rom-com that Final Fantasy needs.
The Disney movie-esque rom-com. Yes.
Yes.
Because it is also a Disney princess movie.
Yeah. And a musical, full musical.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course there are songs. There are Disney-esque songs that
Yes.
would not, but they of course will all be DMCA friendly.
Yes. We are.
Yes, Scala, this is a Rydia Edge movie now because D-Mist gave us a Murasame.
Yes, so at the very least, Rydia's mom wants Rydia and Edge to get together. So yes, just like your fanfics.
Exactly. Anyway, Kyrios is now beginning the dive down the moon. We'll see if he's inclined to stick out this alt gauntlet.
Yeah, because it's like... I'm really weak to sunk cost fallacies, so I see a gauntlet like that, and I'm like, oh, I could sink some costs there.
I mean... Thunderclaw Young wipes the floor with evil masks.
Yeah, and... It's so much XP.
Yeah. Just think how strong Yang will be after you get through that gauntlet.
Yeah, it's like... He'll just punch everything.
Not to mention, Rydia's gonna get like halfway to Medio at least.
Yeah.
So much value there. 'Cause I think, how much does that gauntlet give? I think it's something like, I want to say it's close to 300,000 experience. No, it's way more than that. 300,000 is just from the Red Dragon fights alone.
Yeah, that's like per encounter. I think you're getting like I think it's probably like
close
a couple
to 500.
million. Yeah.
We have a giant clear too. That's another
Yeah.
500.
Yeah, like it's...
That is so much experience. Rydia's definitely going to learn how to do the Medio.
Yeah, if I don't see some swag rocks from Kyrios at the end of this fight, regardless of how the rest of this seed goes on, we're gonna have words in the interview. Look, if you have something that powerful and that rare, you gotta show that off.
Yeah, exactly. Rydia needs to do the Medio.
Yes. Like, forget this. Let Rydia hit things, let Rydia nuke things, let Rydia Medio things.
Yes. Let Rydia show off the fact that she learned Medio, even though it takes a ridiculous amount of experience to get her to learn Medio.
Yeah, she learned Medio without the intervention of a man from the moon.
Yeah. Kyrios might also feel very behind at this point.
Yes, great point, because I know I would. So that's
Simbu,
definitely where I would start taking plays that look unfavorable at the face, just in the hopes that of securing an edge.
Yeah, Simbu has decided that D-Mist is too rude, and is moving on back to the moon. Looking to try to find the last few key items that he needs, but...
Yeah.
Kyrios is continuing to work on clearing the bottom of this moon. We know there's nothing down here other than that...
Yeah, and yeah, I think these circumstances are quite hard for anyone to feel ahead in.
Yeah.
Simbu is going back into the subterrane rather than Cave Bahamut, so...
I think this is a Murasame altar play.
Yeah, that's my guess, because you leave those two untouched because you're hoping to be able to just skim for them later if you have to come back.
Yep. And there he goes down towards that Murasame altar. There's only two chances for that gauntlet to not be required, and one of them is here.
Yeah.
So this is a big check.
Yeah, like this fight Kyrios is in will gain him basically nothing. The protect ring is nice, but not worth it at this point in the seed. Not worth it at this point in the race.
Absolutely not. I mean, the 200,000 experience, I guess you keep, maybe?
Not when you've already got your Rydia.
But it helps Rydia learn how to do the meteor.
Yes, but...
Oh, Kyrios taking a wipe there. That is unfortunate.
Going back in? Yeah, going back in.
Yep, it helps when Yang has all of his hit points.
It's true, he does like having all of his hit points. It's very hard to get him all of his hit points sometimes, but he does want all of his hit points.
And Ogre Pogo does not want Rydia alive.
He's a smart snake. But, Ogre Pogo is quite weak to getting punched repeatedly by Yang.
Yeah, Yang is pretty strong at this point.
Yeah, like that's... Like over a third of a nuke for free on a punch.
Yep.
Oh, we're through on this Mylon on Simbu's side. Oh!
Oh my, there's that pan. That is required and leads to 2 other checks. That's bad news for that gauntlet.
Still possible for it, but the pan is a K-main check that leads to a K-main check, with a supplemental K-summon, and we've only found one key item in the K-summon pool, too, so...
Yeah.
The odds are not looking good on the gauntlet.
I don't want there to be value here, but also, the odds, this is the numbers play.
Yes, this is absolutely... Yeah. By math, this is correct. Yeah, like, you know, if we could let this... This is likely to result in a key item, so, like, let this be the rat tail and have the rat tail be dead.
Or just have this be dead, please?
Yes.
That'd be good, too.
Yeah, like...
Because I want to see rat tail into pink tail behind gauntlet.
Yes,
Just for that extra... quirky interaction.
Yeah, that would be the true dream right there.
Although, if that's too much to ask, I'm okay with just pink tail behind gauntlet.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that we do the gauntlet.
Yes, there must be value behind the gauntlet.
I want to see evil masks die.
Yes. And Kyrios is heading down into the Okanagan Valley, passing by the orchards. Gonna
The
pick
subs
himself
have
some...
already given the rat tail for Simbu.
Okay.
This will be a 17 out of 17 seed.
Yeah, no matter what, we're going a whole hog on this. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Oh, Kyrios, do not. No, you queued up a nuke. You do not want to queue up a nuke.
Yeah, that's
if you're in
just...
that gauntlet, you want your white mage going in first, not your black mage. Because you want to queue up a berserk on your Yang so that berserk goes off before the walls get put on your party, and then once the walls are on your party, you can bounce nukes off of yourself.
Yeah, Evil Mask AI is very specific, but it's also really uncommon to encounter, so...
Yeah.
No, you need to give her the pan.
Oh, and that's all the
Oh!
value behind the pan. Simbu is now in go mode.
Yes, and should be heading straight over there as soon as we cash this out. Which means, sadly, that Kyrios is in just bad shape here.
Yeah,
He's got
unfortunately. This
Yeah.
gauntlet is not going to have any value.
Yeah. And it's going to take a lot of time. So that feels so bad for him right there.
Yeah. I mean, at least we might get to see Rydia do the Meteo.
Yes, which is absolutely still on the table here.
The rat tail just turns into a samurai bow, and the pink tail, of course, gives an adamant armor.
Samurai bow from a rat tail that's lousy. Like, I like a samurai bow, but for a key item check, yeesh.
Yeah, we had to, like, do a moon boss for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Simbu still hasn't done the giant yet, so this isn't over yet, but we are in the home stretch.
That is true. We still have...
Yeah, and there's still actually, we still have room for Ugly to come.
Yeah, there could be a Goldbez somewhere up here, just to waste everyone's time.
Yeah, Goldbez on elements is by far, I think, worse than Goldbez at CPU, because Goldbez at CPU will kill himself. At elements, you've got to deal with all of his shenanigans with him just doing the most awful, lousy chip damage to himself.
Yeah.
But as we were over, D lunars there are really annoying.
Those are really the two big bosses that can be rude up here.
Have we seen Leviathan yet? I want to say we did.
Oh, I don't think we have.
Leviathan can be really bad at CPU specifically.
Yeah, at elements it's basically free, but at the CPU spot it's definitely rudeness potential.
Yeah, just because those ice 2s will chew you up with that spot's magic power.
Yeah, unfortunately Maga Sisters are gone.
Yeah.
That'd be another boss I'd love to see here on the Giant.
Yeah, like they're really bad here. Evil Wall, of course, can be quite nasty, but we've already got the adamant armor, so that's...
Yeah, I mean, Evil Wall is gone as well.
Yes, it's gone. I'm just trying to think now of other things that could have been bad.
DKC at CPU could have been a little rude, but we have Yang.
Yeah.
Yang just kind of makes that irrelevant, and oh, that's a sparkle.
Oh, it's a sparkle. Plague or D-Lunars?
Plague or is it Plague? Dang it, it's free.
It's free, yeah. Yeah, Simbu, getting the Berserk set up. For those unaware, of course, there is a lovely quirk of the system of the ATB in this game, where it can only process one thing at a time. So, basically, if you manage to fill your queue with higher priority actions that result in a status effect, you will basically make it unable to kill you for your timer running out on this.
Yeah, the timers will never run out because basically the Zerkers are just taking too many turns, and they say, hey, actually my turn is up first. You can't kill it. The timer can't kill anyone. It's my turn now.
Yeah,
the timer doesn't get a turn.
Yeah, and yeah, because actual actors will always take priority over just resolving continuing effects and ease through.
Yep, that is Plague down. Kyrios has decided to let Rydia hit some things.
I mean, honestly, makes sense. Her spells still eat a lot of MP, even, and for the monsters we've had to go through, that's actually potentially an issue. And we've got dragons. Yeah, not even saving after that, because that's so free.
Yeah. And Kyrios is now through that entire gauntlet. Rydia, I think, just broke 2,000 hit points. And we get a moon veil.
Wow.
That's
better than a drain sphere.
Well, Kyrios can now make any fight free, but Dark Elf is already pretty free.
Yeah, quite dangerous by stats, but this fight is, but this boss is so heavily scripted, he's not actually gonna proceed to anything that's actually dangerous. Might get a punch off in the once it switches to dragon, but that's about it, I think.
I don't even know. I think Simbu might still have hourglasses.
Right, and yeah, I think he does. That's why we're waiting on item.
Not tossing those, so I guess we're just punching it to death.
Yeah, I think this is just a case of, oh, I guess I don't really need to do anything here at all after all.
Yeah, Dark Elf got one punch off, I think.
Yeah.
And now there's a bunch more levels for this party that definitely needs them.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That could be the moon bill for Rydia's wedding.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
See, this story just writes itself.
Yeah. Edge's parents are like right next door with the legendary spoon.
Yeah.
For him to throw at that gauntlet of enemies so that Rydia can claim her moon veil. Oh my goodness.
So romantic. Simbu gets the crystal, and I assume will be proceeding directly to Troya.
Yep. Well, after ditching Palom.
Yeah. Go home,
Palom,
kid.
You're a little late.
Kyrios gets a spoon and probably much more anxiety than before.
Yeah,
But maybe I'm projecting on that.
Now knows that everything is behind Super Cannon, Mura Altar, or Cave Bahamut.
Yeah, and this late in the game, Kyrios knows he can't afford to leave on the speculative checks. So, Simbu is approaching Zeromus for the final confrontation.
Yep.
He stays put. Final challenge here. A million weird fight quirks that aren't gonna play nice with spot randomization easily. So, we dress him up every time. Leaving us with one final question.
Yeah, we do have a question to ask tonight, and that question is...
Does this cosplay make my butt look...
Are we going to kick tonight? That's fine.
Does this cosplay make my butt look big?
Doesn't.
We'll see.
Oh no.
Oh! No, it doesn't.
No, that...
Scala. Yes, to answer Nubari's question, butt needs a hug. but was not hugged enough as a child.
Yep. I think somehow we have to now incorporate Sephiroth into this movie.
Yeah, I think... Gosh.
Oh gosh.
Maybe he's one of the rival love interests.
That makes all the sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is brave Exvius Sephiroth, and oh, Kyrios does have the will have just gotten through on the place with the value, so he's going to the cave with no value. Because again, he has to at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately. There's no value there.
Now, Simbu is showing off the rare white reflex dress. But this looks hybrid. So yeah.
We're definitely hybriding here. Rosa's going Burr, Young is going Burr.
But rare to see when you are supplementing with a spell. It is rare to have that be white.
And oh hey, look, there's Goldbez.
Oh, I hate this.
He has his own cave.
He does. And there's no antlions here, so seems cozy enough.
Yeah, it's a nice cozy little cave.
Yeah.
He even has a little audience for his comedy club.
Yeah, a gazebo.
Yeah, it honestly seems like quite a nice setup he's got going.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes perfect sense, too, that Goldbez would be sitting in a gazebo, because gazebos, of course, it's well known that they primarily feed on paladins.
Yes. Oh, that makes complete sense.
I'm so old. He is vulnerable now to both our harsh words and harsh spells. The spells do a little more than any insults we sling, because he has excellent self-esteem.
Yeah, this Goldbez is having a very bad day. But we do have rocks falling on Simbu's side. Unfortunately, they're not from Rydia, therefore they're invalid.
Yeah, these are... I mean, look at these rocks. They're only like 700. Those are invalid rocks.
Yeah, those are pebbles.
Yeah. White shirt.
I went to Goldbez's comedy club and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
We need some better merch. And Simbu is through, has won, this slice of the quarterfinals. I hear somebody joining. I bet that's him right now. GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG's to you. This was a... What are your initial thoughts about this seed? Because...
So I was a little bit concerned when we started with a magma key, and it reminded me of all my earlier seeds where every single one of them was a magma key start or a magma key at bedward. And then we got the sirens, and then not a whole lot. Didn't have coffins, so no super easy way to get EXP from those sirens, but hourglasses still got the job done. And I was going through my character checks like, we've got a Yang, but not a whole lot else. And just kind of was progressing through the seed. Really paid off buying that heroine robe early. Go heroine robe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge influx of damage for you early on.
Yeah, and that saved me from having to go and level up Yong some before tackling stuff, but yeah, things were just kind of moving along pretty steadily for a little while, and then I saw, oh, I'm really close to 10 key items, so I decided to walk out the Sand Ruby from Lugae, Silk Cave, and that's when things started to get a little bit hairy again, because I got the Darkness Crystal from top of tower, which put me at 10 key items, and then I found another Rosa, and it's like, oh, where's my Palom?
Nope, no Palom allowed. Palom is in the Giant, sorry.
Yeah, and I had a chance to take away the Kane earlier, but it just didn't fit into my party at that time, and he didn't have any good weapons, so I don't regret taking the second Rosa, because with Heroine Robe, it wouldn't have made a lot of difference.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that Gungnir for heroin trade that you did, like, yeah, no, yeah, no regrets there.
Yeah, but yeah, just kind of looking around, and yeah, maybe I should have checked the Sand Ruby, because
We know it was either Edge or Sid.
okay, I would have maybe traded Tella for Sid, because I had the Dwarf Axe and I was just sitting there with that, and then first couple spots on the moon were slow. Was kind of wondering if I really hate that I missed the Ice 2 little thing to get the double life glitch on the Ryus, but I menued a little bit too fast for that. And then saw the alt gauntlet and was like, yeah, I'll come back after I find the adamant armor, or when I know that is the adamant armor.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Went and cleared up some objectives, and really angry with myself for making that Demas play, because I knew it wasn't going to be good, and then I lost focus somewhere right in there in the race, and I think it might have shown up. It's just, I made that mistake, then I went to the moon, I got my stuff, I was in go mode, and then I flew to the moon instead of going to the Giant, and definitely a little rocky right there, but overall I think I played most of the seed very well. Just definitely wasn't 100%, but with a seed like this, you don't necessarily have to be, as long as you keep making really good logical decisions.
Yeah, and the lead that you built up with that early Heroine Robe, getting you through a lot of those earlier checks faster, and then choosing to avoid the Fame Arch, which Kyrios did the Fame Arch a lot earlier, and it was not fast.
Yeah, I was very, very tempted. I was like, I have 3 white mages, I have an elven bow with Heroine Robe, I can definitely beat that Asura, and I had the lit arrows saved up for Lugae and the Thunderclaw, and it's like, I can get past both of those. But I'm going to go check tower first. I'm at 9 key items, and just hit the 10 key items, and it's like, yeah, white is pretty good as well, and just get the levels. So I don't regret it, especially when I found out that Asura had absolute junk.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't have been fun to sit through, even at, if I assume 3,000 damage a hit, which I think might even be a little bit generous. That's 12, 13 hits,
Yeah.
and I have to have blink up, and
It takes a long time.
yeah.
It was not fast.
And yeah, if you don't have the Heroine Robe, then you're only doing 2,000 a hit, even with an Elven Bow.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, it was
We
You-
were doing like 1500 damage a hit from Yang.
Yeah, and it was like, I'm looking at this and I'm going, this is safe. We're not really in danger of wiping. But this is like, it's one of those things where you're like, say about a third of the way in when you're like, oh, I made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. That can get a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just something. I know Kyrios is one of our newer runners, and that's just something that comes with time, is being able to look at Feymarch and say, I'm not going to waste the next 10 minutes doing you, even though I can. I will come back later, and I will save myself so much heartache. But those, they're deceptively easy because you can win. But Feymarch is so good at giving you these, oh, you can win, but
Yeah, and I really don't think there's any replacement for just getting burned really badly by a bad Feymarch for learning that.
Yeah, I've definitely had it happen to me far too many times, and yeah, especially since the weights are just a little bit lower and everything. There's a reason why so many people like to just completely fade Feymarch.
Yeah, but of course that makes it more compelling in that sense too, because then you're like, oh, they're probably gonna fade this, so it's such a nag in your mind.
Yeah, it's tough, but especially with how high completion most of these seeds are, this particular flag set, it's very, very hard to get away with a gamble like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Far better, I think. Yeah, to just go, just come back. The walk time is less than the time you'll spend in the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's almost better. You didn't have a great way of doing it, but Siren's up to white. Reflect whites onto Asura.
That's actually pretty much how we did it, only with Rydia.
Yeah, playing the Rydia in the hook out.
I was very tempted to take Rydia because I had the tiara, and I was like, unfortunately, I just cannot commit right this minute. Because I needed Porom because my other Rosa hadn't leveled up yet to cast Berserk and Blink, and it was so close to taking that Rydia, but unfortunately today was not Rydia's day.
Yeah, Kyrios ended up taking that Rydia, buying the Leviathan summon for her from that shop, and then using that to clear a lot of the seed, but...
Yeah, and I mean, that too was a great move early on, because I think that had him ahead for a while, and before you got just fully ramped up, because, Leviathan is a fantastic sweep, obviously.
Yeah, Leviathan is really great. Unfortunately, you kind of notice some point in the mid-game where it's deceptively slow. Like, it looks like it's doing a lot of damage really fast, but just the animation times and the cast time build up, and it's definitely a trick to finding out when to transition off of Leviathan or Bahamut. Bahamut's a little bit of a different story, but even then...
No, Bahamut is just so much more powerful than Leviathan, though.
Yeah, but even trying to solo moon bosses with Bahamut can take a very long time.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you gotta, sort of feel out the turn beats on that, just because they're not... Oh, those you have to practice that just because it's a very different delay than most actions you're taking in the game.
Yeah.
That's all that I have. Anything else that you have, Neon?
No, I think we've been over it pretty well. Looks like you will be moving on to the semis.
Yeah, I believe it's, I think we're past the spoiler period, but it should be against Possum.
Ooh, that is going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm super looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Unfortunately for Possum, 2 days ago I beat his Z Sprite, so I've got momentum going into this match.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Yeah, and if things keep going, there's a potential Heroine Rogue rematch for the finals. That would be the only rematch still available. I think Moonblaze Wolf and Rybon are racing right now, which will be... I look forward to seeing the results because I want revenge on Rybon for the little win in group stages.
Well, we will certainly find out soon enough on that, so we'll see what happens there.
But GG's once again on your win tonight, Simbu, and advancing to the semifinals in this tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's all I have. So yeah, good luck going forward, and again, GG.
Thank you. Good job on the restream, and look forward to seeing the race back afterwards.
Well, as our interview has wrapped up, Kyrios has gotten through the giant, has avoided 17 out of 17ing only by resetting out of the sand rubies, so it still counts. It's still 17 out of 17.
Yeah, look, you have collected 17 out of 17 key items. They're just not all in your inventory anymore.
He's actually gotten 20 out of 28, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe so, yeah.
Kyrios got everything.
Yeah, so if you look at it that way, for a full breakdown of a seed that, again, includes a giant, we're at 205. That is really fast.
Yeah, that's quite fast for a completely full clear of the seed, especially considering the very weak start that we had.
Yeah, so, like, this may knock him out, but Kyrios is definitely someone to keep an eye on going forward.
Absolutely. But it is time, once again, for Zeromus' true colors to be revealed.
And we hit the 1% Sephiroth again.
Yep, it is time for Rydia to choose. Will she go with Edge? Or will she choose Sephiroth?
What?
Find out in the upcoming, definitely going to be produced, Disney-esque musical rom-com situation.
Yes. Will Love Bloom on the subterrane. In the subterrane? I mean, she's nuking Sephiroth. That depends on... I guess that's a question of whether or not this is, something Sephiroth likes or doesn't like. This could be a good sign for their relationship, or it could be a bad sign.
I'm gonna lean with the bad sign.
Yeah, like, I tend to think nukes are not great.
Yeah, she's been doing that to Sephiroth a lot.
Yeah,
He's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah. Now, if Rydia were to cast Meteor here on Sephiroth, I would consider that a favorable sign for their upcoming relationship, because, as we all know, Sephiroth and Meteor, they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, absolutely. But with that nuke, that is it. Rydia has said no to Sephiroth, has chosen Edge, and Kyrios has finished the race with a time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 16 seconds. GG's to Kyrios. We'll see about getting him in here. And it does look like we are now joined by Kyrios. GG's, Kyrios. Unfortunately, I know that he didn't shake out the way you wanted, but GG's on a race well run.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the GG. I don't think it was particularly well run, and I frankly apologize to the people watching, but, you know, it was still fun. Still good to go through. And congrats to Simbu on running 2 great races and advancing.
I mean, I liked a lot of the moves you did make. Like, I think, like, going all in on that Leviathan really early, I think that was really good for you early on. It just did not shake out in the long term over the seeds. So I think there's definitely things you did well, and that you did right in here, just not enough of them. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of knew going in, honestly. I didn't feel mentally at the top of my game today, but I've been fortunate enough throughout the tournament to be able to grind out some wins in those circumstances, but not against a seed this mean and not against an opponent playing so well. I mean, the example that I could, like, the amount of time it took me to figure out, I have a Rydia and a way to get the Wiz in place to do ice on this Rubikit and make this fight easy. That was like 3 minutes of just my brain not connecting the neurons, but, you know, it happens.
Yeah, it's hard to keep all of the knowledge that you need for this game handy and at like the forefront of your brain at all times.
Especially when your brain's just not there.
Yep. And then, yeah, I mean, I took a couple, like, if I didn't think I was 10 minutes behind, I'd probably skip that alt gauntlet. I probably skip the Goldbez there. But at that point, it's like you almost have to hope there's something behind the nasty spot to find a way to catch up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's... Like, at the point you were doing them, I don't think you had any other reasonable option but to do them at that point, just because you can't futz around with going back and forth on gambles at that point.
I mean, if that gauntlet had been the pink tail, that could have been a huge swing.
Yep.
In this race.
Plus, you can't get to 28 out of 28 without doing all 28, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And, like, 28 on 28 and 208 is really good.
I don't know. Maybe with these bosses. I will say, Neobari rolled my first group seed and my last bracket seed, and they were respectively the worst times I had on either flag set. So he's a great admin, and I love him running my races, but this tournament, man.
This was definitely a seed. I mean...
He's got a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But still, a very respectable run for your first tournament. So, what do you have planned going forward after this?
I mean, I'm definitely going to take a break, but I'm already kind of looking forward to first I'm looking forward to watching the rest of what's going in. That's been the biggest change. I've been watching these tournaments for 3 or 4 tournaments now, and I haven't been able to catch as much as I frankly would have liked to because I've been playing and practicing. I do not envy Simbu playing Possum in the next round, but I'll be there watching pretty much the rest of it. And then I'm looking forward to some of the community club flags that people are already talking about for the off-season. I mean, Falcon Percent seems great, but definitely taking a break before getting into all of that.
Yeah, makes sense. Get some rest.
No, there's still time before the clubs start up. Definitely take a break. Enjoy your time not having to run any more tournament races, even though I know you would like to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to keep going, but hey, the next game I play, I'll probably have 5 members in my party, and won't that be a nice change?
Wow.
No, I just want to thank everyone, the admins for putting this on, the people who run all the restreams. This has been a great experience, and I've really enjoyed it, and the community is so great, and it definitely makes me want to stick around and keep working on some of the things I can improve and show back up for the next tournament in the fall.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, just because, you know, you're really good, and you're good to watch, so,
Yeah,
Thank you all.
Definitely not everyone who can make a push this far into the tournament on their first attempt. So really, really well run, just overall in this tournament.
I appreciate it.
But unless you have any final questions, Neon, or any final thoughts, Kyrios, I think that will do it for our restream tonight.
No, thank you all, and everyone have a great night.
Yeah, take care. That will do it for us here on the Free Enterprise channel. But that's not it for Free Enterprise action that's going on tonight. Moonblaze Wolf and Rybon are running up against each other in their second game over on the Free Enterprise 2 channel. They started a little while ago, but we're going to hope to try to catch the tail end of their match. As always, do not spoil this race. We have newspapers and we will bonk you.
Yes, anybody watching that race will probably also very much want to catch this one, so yes, no spoilers. And have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night.